IRS new 600 tax rule explained. If you sell an item for $600 or more, stay tuned. If you receive payment of $600 or more for services rendered, make sure you stay tuned. If you are using third-party apps to earn income, make sure you stay tuned. You must report this income when you file your 2023 taxes in the 2024 tax filing season, and you don't want any delays with your refunds. Welcome back, everyone. So very happy to have you back for another update. This information is being shared from irs.gov. Now, who sends Form 1099-K? Payment card companies, payment apps, and online marketplaces are all required to file Form 1099-K with the IRS. They're also required to send you, the taxpayer, a copy by January 31st, 2024. Now, if you receive payments of $600 or more with the payment app or online marketplace, you must include these payments for personal items you sold, or for goods you sell, services you provide, or property you rent through any peer-to-peer payment platform or digital wallet, online marketplace, auction sites, car sharing or ride hailing platforms, real estate marketplace, ticket exchange or resale sites, crowdfunding platforms, freelance marketplaces. You must report that income. The 600 tax reporting threshold started with the tax year 2023. There's no changes to what counts as income. That remains the same. Now, what shouldn't be reported on Form 1099-K? Money you receive from friends and families as a gift or reimbursements of personal expenses should not be reported on Form 1099-K. For example, sharing the cost of a car ride or meal, receiving money for your birthday or during the holidays, getting repaid by a roommate. All of these are not required to be reported. These payments are not taxable income. Make sure to note these types of items as non-business for your record keeping. Now, what to do with the Form 1099-K? You want to review the form to make sure that the information is accurate. The gross payment amount will be listed in box 1A on the Form 1099-K. Now, that total does not include adjustments for fees, credits, refunds, shipping, and other discounts, and those items can be deducted from the gross amount. So make sure you compare the gross payment amount to your records and make adjustments for any of those. Confirm that the gross payment amount is accurate and check the gross amount for your expenses that you can deduct. Now, use Form 1099-K to help report your income. You want to use Form 1099-K with your other tax records to help figure and report your correct income, so there are not any confusions with the numbers of you reporting one thing, the Form 1099-K saying something different, third parties reporting something different to the IRS. All of that will sound a red flag and delay your 2024 tax refund. Now, how you report the Form 1099-K payments on your tax return depends on the type of transaction. If you receive payments for a personal item you sold through a payment app or online marketplace, a personal item is something you own for personal use, such as a car, refrigerator, furniture, stereo, jewelry, etc., etc. How you report these payments on your tax return depends on whether you sold the item at a loss or gain. If you sold a mix of personal items at a loss, and again, report them separately. Personal items sold at a loss. A loss on the sale of a personal item isn't deductible. If you sold personal items at a loss, you have two options to report them. You can report and offset the Form 1099-K gross payment amount on Schedule 1 Form 1040. For example, you receive a Form 1099-K for selling your couch online for $700, which is less than what you paid for it. So on Schedule 1 Form 1040, it states here that you enter the gross payment amount in box 1A, and on part 1, line 8Z, other income, you're going to put that the personal item was sold at a loss and put the amount. Now you can also offset the Form 1099-K gross payment amount. It states here box 1A on part 2, line 24Z, other adjustments, Form 1099-K personal items sold at a loss, $700. These two entries result in a zero net effect on your adjusted gross income, AGI. Report on Form 8949. Report the loss on that form, which is sales and other dispositions of capital assets, which carries to Schedule D, capital gains and losses. Now, personal items sold at a gain on the sale of a personal item is taxable if you receive a Form 1099-K for a personal item sold at a gain. Report it on both Form 8949, sales and other dispositions of capital assets, and Schedule D, Form 1040, capital gains and losses. Transactions can include payments you receive as gig workers, freelance workers, independent contractors, self-employed. This may also include payments you receive from selling items as a hobby. You must report all income you receive on your tax return. This may include the gross payment amount shown on Form 1099-K and amounts on other reporting documents like Form 1099 NEC or Form 1099 miscellaneous. It should also include amounts not reported on forms such as payments you receive by cash or check. Here is where to report Form 1099-K payments on your tax return for goods and services you sold. Sole proprietor, gig workers, freelancers, and other self-employed people use Schedule C, Form 1040, profit or loss from business. Partnership use Schedule E, Form 1040, supplemental income and loss. Corporation, Form 1120, U.S. Corporation Income Tax Return, Form 1120-S, U.S. Income Tax Return for an S corporation. Rental income may be reported on Schedule E or Schedule C depending on your situation. If you notice any incorrect information on the Form 1099-K, make sure you contact the issuer immediately. You can find that person on the top left corner of the Form 1099-K, and always keep a copy of the original. If you don't recognize the issuer, contact the payment settlement entity, PSE, on the bottom left corner of the form above your account number. Don't contact the IRS. They cannot correct any information on the Form 1099-K. If you cannot get a corrected Form 1099-K, it states report the amount on Schedule 1, Form 1040, additional income and adjustments to income. Example, you receive Form 1099-K for $650. Your roommate sent you for their share of the rent. You know that is not required to report. So on Schedule 1, Form 1040, it says enter the error on Part 1, line 8Z, other income, Form 1099-K received in error, and put the amount. adjusted on Part 2, line 24Z. Other adjustments, Form 1099-K received in error, put the amount. These two entries, it states, note the error and should result in a zero net effect on your adjusted gross income. Now, you can find all of this information by going to the IRS.gov website, type in the search Form 1099-K, and you can review it in detail. All right, make sure to share with us any comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more updates.